Good afternoon, it's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
It's been another week.
Yeah, flown by.
Exciting week.
Yeah, I've been very busy again.
Crazy Friday.
I noticed like our favorite cruising vloggers, they keep count of how many episodes they do, and they have a big celebration, like they just did 100.
100 podcasts.
We're nowhere close to that, but we should count up how many we got, and maybe
episode number blah blah blah.
Yeah, and when we hit like 50, we'll have a contest and we'll give away like $1,000 or something. Wait a minute. Scratch that. No, wait, we won't go that far. But we'll have a little celebration.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Have a glass of wine or something. Yeah.
Well, or take our viewer to dinner or something. Our
maybe
our viewership's not that big yet.
But yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a great idea. I will work on counting them up.
Okay. Let us know how many we've done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got a joke for us today?
I do.
Okay.
So I got a new GPS app.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's for seniors, really.
So
it tells you where you're going, but it also tells you why you're going there.
I walked into this room for a reason, but what was it?
I need it for around the house, too.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have a couple jokes, too. Charcuterie. I've had such a hard time learning how to say that word, but I think I finally have it right. Charcuterie.
Charcuterie, okay.
Anyway, because an entire generation raised on Lunchables is trying to be cool now.
That's hilarious.
And true.
That is so true. That's true.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's an active adult joke. 1 minute you are young and wild, the next you're into air fryers. That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. All right. On to the serious stuff.
This week in history. 2009, Eric Holder is sworn in February 3rd as the first black U.S. Attorney General. 2004, Facebook.com launches on February 4th.
And our lives have never been the same.
Should have bought that stuff.
Literally. Wow.
2003, Yugoslavia is dissolved February 4th, replaced by Serbia and Montenegro. Yeah.
Which is on the bucket list. Montenegro is, anyway.
Yeah. 1990, McDonald's opens its very first franchise in Moscow, Russia. I wonder how that went.
Wow. Probably pretty well, I would think.
Yeah.
Depending on how many other fast food type places they had at the time. I don't know.
I wonder if they had weird names for stuff like Lenin Nuggets or Gorbachev.
I think traditionally McDonald's does that. Yeah, they try to, put themselves in the culture a little bit and
whatever. Okay, 1971, on February 6th, astronaut Alan Shepard hits 2 golf balls out of bounds. No, I'm kidding.
Out of bounds.
On the surface of the moon. No out of bounds stakes there.
No. Yeah, 1971.
Yep. 1971, U.S. astronauts blast off January 31st on the Apollo 14 manned lunar expedition.
So this is the same.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know why they put them in that order. Yeah, they blast off January 31st, and Alan Shepard plays a round of golf on February 6th.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool.
Yep. Okay, got a couple more for you. 1960, 4 black students stage a sit-in February 1st when refused service at a Greensboro, North Carolina lunch counter.
As well, they should have.
Yeah. And then finally, 1893, on January 31st, Atlanta pharmacist Asa Candler registers the Coca-Cola trademark.
Oh, wow.
There's another stock we should
have. Yeah. 1883, you said?
Yep. No. 1893.
93.
Yeah, 93. So. Okay, so
Alright,
that's
on to
your
the housing news.
week in history. Okay, a little economic news. Year like no other. Gross domestic product increased at a 4% pace in the fourth quarter. Good news, we're heading back on track. Closing out a 2020 that saw gross domestic product fall 3.5% for the full year. So
Yeah.
good news, bad news there. That was the worst gross domestic product news since the 40s.
Ugh.
So,
Wow.
well, what do you expect? You know,
Okay.
in the middle of a pandemic. So, at least we've got positive news coming out of fourth quarter. The whipsaw resurgence of coronavirus dealt a major blow to the U.S. economy in late 2020, with leisure and hospitality again getting hit the hardest. Those poor folks just had a
Like cruising.
yes, like cruising. Don't bring that up. So, just a lost 2020 year for those folks. Other segments fared better. Manufacturing and home building continue to bounce back, and consumption of goods is higher now than it was before the coronavirus struck.
It's easier to get goods.
Yeah,
It's
definitely easier to get goods.
Not just Amazon delivers to the door. You've got your local grocery stores deliver, or
Yeah.
you can pull up. It's
Did you make
easier.
Did you make that Sprouts order by any
No,
chance?
I haven't
Okay,
yet.
gotta get that
You gotta
done.
do more than one item.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's just there's some convenient factors that I think
There
are going to
is.
carry over that have.
My pantry hasn't been this full before.
Good point.
Ever, I think.
Yeah, good point. It's
Yeah.
always stuff full
And now it's full. I'm like,
'Cause-
we don't need anything.
because the mailman brings it all now.
Yeah.
On dry ice.
And
yeah.
oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, Thrive Market. I was missing the Amazon man.
Yeah, that was.
It had been like a week since I had seen him.
Yeah, you were having withdrawals
Yeah.
because you hadn't ordered anything.
And then I pulled back up today and there he is. Yay! It was like something I didn't really even need, but
That's just sick. Okay, going to be a lot of controversy, you know, on this, but we got to pay for. We're doing 1.9 trillion, which this House passed today.
okay.
So
The
going
bill,
to Senate, I may have this, may already be in Senate, but at any rate, it's going to happen. So the 1.9
okay.
trillion coronavirus relief
Relief bill. That's it.
bill is going to happen.
Pandemic,
And,
yeah.
President Joe Biden plans to raise taxes in the question leading. How are we going to pay for this 1.9?
Well, that's how.
President Joe Biden plans to raise taxes on incomes of more than $400,000 a year,
Okay.
repeal cuts to top income tax rates, and increase taxes on inherited wealth and capital gains.
Ooh.
Hope that doesn't trickle down to real estate.
It will. Capital gains, yeah.
Well, I hope it's still got some rules, you know,
It does
in
have some
place.
rules around
if
it
you've
that you
owned
can-
your home for 5 years, let's, you know, anyway, different
Talk to a
conversation
tax
at a
accountant.
different time. We won't dwell
Yeah.
on that now, but let's see how that plays out and how it affects
Yeah.
real estate.
Yeah. And talk to your tax
Uh,
accountant.
And this is all in the hopes of raising $2.1 trillion over a decade.
Over a decade, right. Okay.
That's how they're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, on housing news, home ownership and home prices soared. Record low interest rates helped the U.S. home ownership rate jump to roughly 67% in 2001, up nearly 3% from a year ago. That's a big jump. They've been pretty flat for a couple decades, and
Right.
now we're starting to see home ownership rate increase. We still have and again, this is a subject for a totally different, more in-depth conversation, but there's too many people locked out of the ability
Yeah.
to have home ownership, and that's not right,
Right.
in a country like America.
There
So-
used to be like grants and stuff, and it was per county, and it depended on where you bought and things like that. But there were
Yeah.
grants
I'm not
to
sure
get
what
people into their homes.
the tool, there's obviously got to be tools
to bring
put
some
into
of that
place to provide a solution.
Yeah.
So that anybody in America with the wherewithal and, you know, they're working hard, they're doing their part, they're saving money.
Of course,
and they're
we
doing
still
their
have the
part.
inventory problem as a part of it.
And that just exacerbates it because
Yeah.
the prices just keep going up and it puts those folks farther and farther behind. So
Yeah.
that's something that we as a nation are just going to have to address. And but again, that's for a deeper conversation at another time. And to you, what you alluded to, with a record low supply of homes for sale has also caused a sharp spike in home prices, shutting some potential buyers out entirely, which we just alluded to. And we know that some of the experts are predicting we're possibly going to see a drop in demand just due to affordability. And that isn't just the lower price points. That's, you know, your average American middle class buyer.
Right.
Who's just, I can't afford that mortgage payment. It's just gotten out of hand. So that may very well be what will, although we'll continue to be in an extremely healthy market, we will see a drop in demand because people
can't afford it.
The appreciation has just gotten too high, and then that's going to be downward pressure on pricing, you know. So it's always cyclical, always moving. That may very well be what we see as a downturn in real estate.
Right.
New home sales increased slightly in December, finishing 2020 with 15.2% growth.
Wow.
That's crazy.
For new home sales, good. We need it.
Well, but you know, it's got to be under control. You can't have appreciation of 15.2%. Okay, the median price of a new home sold was $355,900. Up from $329,500 in December of 2019. That's a pretty big jump for 1 month. Across the major U.S. regions, only the Northeast saw overall decline in 2020. Sorry, New York. And we're seeing a lot of folks from New York coming to Arizona.
Yep.
For a multitude of reasons, and so.
Yep.
Now this is an interesting thought process on, you know, how are we going to work around this housing shortage that we're having. Multifamily housing, duplexes, fourplexes, townhomes.
Oh,
we're
yes.
already seeing multi-generational single family homes being built. So we may see a major explosion in that multifamily housing. Could help in the housing shortage, ideal for growing sectors of single-person households and downsizing baby boomers. You got to keep an eye on that too, because at some point the baby boomer is going to start declining more and more.
The baby boomer population.
Well,
right. As far as
the number retiring, the number buying homes in active adult communities. You know, at some point that's going to peak and it's going to start going down because the generation behind it is certainly far smaller than they were. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects those, you know, active adult communities, which are in very high demand. The housing prices are going up just like everywhere else. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I've often wondered about that. I mean, you used to see the condo conversions, and so there's apartment complexes that they converted and sold every unit. You don't hear of that as much anymore. Apartments are apartments now, and
just the opposite. They're actually building apartment complexes to try to meet the rental demand. They're you know, we don't talk about that very much, but rental shortage is even worse, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, regulatory news. Fed holds steady. Federal Reserve kept its foot to the floor last week, holding benchmark lending rates near zero.
Near zero.
Maintaining asset purchases of at least $120 billion. That's when you get a new loan, odds are good it's going to get sold on the secondary market, and that's who's buying it, the government. And they're vowing not to hike even if inflation exceeds its 2%. And that has to do with the result of what we're going through with the pandemic. This is interesting. National risk. Nearly a third of the nation's housing stock and roughly 35 million homes are at high risk of a natural disaster. As America grapples with climate issues and sustainable infrastructure, 2020 was a record year for hurricanes and wildfires, and tied 2016 as the warmest year on record.
Yeah.
And you look
mudslides for California, Arizona for wildfires, well, certainly California for wildfires too. But Arizona, we had a couple places that were threatened. We had
nowhere near
evacuation, but they were near evacuations, but they weren't evacuating. So not like California's.
Yeah, we don't have forests. We do in the north of the country, but certainly here in the valley, we just don't have that. So again, that becomes, you look at Arizona as a destination point. We have 4 months of living hell. And then we have 8 months of fantastic weather. We're just absolutely loving it. Every morning we go for a walk, 70 degrees.
Right now.
It's just paradise, and we're just loving it. Got 2 feet of snow in New York, and we're in shorts and t-shirt here. So we don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes, we don't have earthquakes. We, to the most part, don't have wildfires. So it's, other than those 4 months, it's a pretty great place to be in. So
the other thing that it sounds like this is talking about is insurance. Your insurance rates are going to be.
That's a good point.
Going
you
up.
got to roll that into all these high risk areas in insurance. So this is interesting. I want to shift gears and talk about, we've talked a number of times about how we're seeing work from home due to the pandemic. So we're seeing people moving to the suburbs. And we're kind of been focusing on the
suburbs,
just moving from home, setting up an in-home office, and working from home dynamic.
Right.
Okay, here's another switch on this. Some urbanites settle into small town life. It's not only about the work from home piece. There's a fresh sign that former urban dwellers who have fled to small towns during the pandemic are treating the move as permanent, opening shops and other small businesses, such as rental offices in their new location.
Nice.
So they're not just buying homes and working from home, but they're actually physically bringing a business and opening a retail shop in a new small
That's good. That helps grow those small towns. Yeah.
So some real estate professionals say they're seeing quicker sales for commercial properties and office spaces. We have people with much higher, they're bringing the money from the big city. We have people with much higher incomes that are moving up here.
Well, think about all the commercial spots that used to be available up at our local retail center.
Yeah, they're
and now
filling out.
There might be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We're pretty full.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. It used to be to where a lot of them were open. We had 1 or 2 that were full.
Yeah, a lot of empty spaces, not anymore.
Yeah, that's great.
So that was kind of an interesting dynamic that I hadn't thought about how, moving to the suburbs is affecting those areas and what value that it's bringing to it.
For sure.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, you got some buyer tips for us?
I do, yeah. I found some good buyer tips based on buying in 2021. So, top one kind of cracks me up just a little bit. Prepare for more sticker shock. Home prices are up. Home prices are up.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
And one thing that they highlighted as bad news for renters is home prices are expected to rise another 10% this year.
Yeah.
So things are only getting more and more expensive.
Right.
Only expected to get more and more expensive. Housing inventory will be limited. Again, Captain Obvious. You know that, right? The home that you want in the neighborhood that you want, depending on what your specifics are, may end up being a fixer-upper.
More and more, you have to look at the bones, the location, the orientation of the home, the layout. don't look at the details so much that you discount a potential winner.
Right.
Because it's got 1980 countertops. It's pretty affordable to put granite or quartz countertops in. So
Yep.
look deeper.
Look deeper.
Look deeper and go, does the bones work in this home? If it does, then.
The next point is you may have to fight for it.
And this is where you really need to rely on a good real estate agent, because negotiating skills are at a priority right now. You've really
It's
got to
not all about the price either.
Yeah.
You see these, what we realtors are calling escalation clauses. Well, those went out the window a few months ago, actually, in most cases. So it's not about driving prices up. It's about financial stability. It's about repairs. It's about the appraisal. It's about all these other pieces that maybe you haven't considered yet on fighting for it. What's going to make up your fight? So.
Being prepared. Oh my gosh, that's so important.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about being pre-qualified, because to me, that's a given in today's market. Don't even go out and look at homes unless you know what you can afford and you've had that conversation with the lender. Just don't even do it.
Yeah.
But on that same note, expect a good interest rate. So on your mortgage. So
that's a sign of reduction there.
That's yay. That's an awesome tip for the year. This was an interesting point. I almost didn't talk about it, but I'm going to. The best time of the time to buy might be later in the year. So let me just read over this just a little bit. Before you get too excited or worried that the timing is running out, it might actually be in your favor to slow play this one.
And that comes down to what kind of year are we going to have? Typically, come August,
Out my crystal
September,
ball.
the buying season is pretty much over. Everybody has made their move during the summer while school's out. They're re-enrolled, school's starting, and things start tapering off as we get into the fall and into the holidays. Did not see that last year, obviously. It was just a freight train from all the way through summer into December. And okay, for rates for this week, staying pretty consistent. 30-year 2.87, 15-year 2.304, and 30-year VA 2.453. Inventory actually saw a tick up. We spent a good portion of this week under 5,000. Valley is at 5,096. I don't know if it's anything to get excited about, but it's at least upward.
It's something.
Yeah.
We'll
In
take
the city of Peoria, entire city, 134 homes available.
Wow.
And in Surprise, 162.
Okay.
A little closer to home, Trilogy at Vistancia, 17 homes. We saw a lot of homes come on and become available, but we had that many drop off. So.
Well, we had to jump right on them to get our clients in to see them. Like, if you want to see it, let's go.
Yep, today.
Today.
Yeah. Prices ranging from $355,000 up to $749,000. Vistancia Village, 5 homes. That's up, believe it or not. There were 3 last week, but still 5 homes in the entire community.
Wow.
Price range $336,900 up to $639,000. Cortabella, our little country club community, 2 homes. Pricing $469,900 up to $480,000. Those 2 homes have been on the market over a month, so it's probably they did do price reductions, so we might see those finally drop off too.
Okay.
If they show well and they're priced right, they're gone.
That's right.
So when you see a home on for 30 days, there's something wrong in this market.
Yeah.
Finally, Sun City Grand, 29 homes.
Woo!
Boy, that's not very many. They do have a couple of the little 1-bedroom, 1-bath condos, but oh my gosh, it's so expensive to get in there.
Yeah, it is.
$4,100 for the reserve fund, $1,602 for your first year of the care, which is basically access to all the amenities and fitness centers and pools and all that. And then it comes out to $290 a month for the HOA. So pretty pricey to get in there.
And the 165 is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath.
Yeah, that's a small
Cute little layout with a balcony.
Yeah, they're cute with a balcony, adorable. You know,
It's
single
just-
person or just a snowbird getaway home. But yeah, you're gonna have to put out some money up front to get in there.
Yeah.
So ranging 165,000 up to 899,000. So.
All right. Looks good.
Bit of a long report, but that's it for this week. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and we will see you again next week.
Be
Take
well.
care.
Is that a glass of wine that you have?
I'll get rid of it before it becomes official. Cheers.
Oh, it looks like you're getting ready, though.
A little liquid courage.
A little liquid courage.
I need that when I'm gonna sit down and banter with you.
You have your joke?
I have 2 of them.
2.
I'm an overachiever.
Trying to be extra funny, huh?
Yeah.
See how that works. Yeah, so these Stephen Kim videos that I was telling you about, I think it's gonna make some changes to our weekly videos.
Really?
Kind of excited, yeah.
Getting a lot out of it, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
So that will be really fun. Ready for a glass of wine? Is it warm enough to sit outside?
Yes, I think so.
You say that.
You'll be fine. I'll go turn the fire on.
Fireplace. Turn the fireplaces on. 68. It's below 70.
Thin blood here in Arizona.
Yep. This granite is cold.